check. Are we working? Looks like we're working. We're building this. The camera's working again, I think. We built this afternoon. That. I gotta double check our cameras here, make sure everything's going. Got these tunes rocking my ears. Okay, 3 watching. How's the camera? If you got some adjustments you want me to make, say it, and we'll do it. So I'm gonna be working on something substantial this little session here. I think I want to work on the porch. So I'm not gonna glue this on just yet. We've got some roofing to do on the top, and I just want to move on to something big before I just finish this off and plop it onto the house. We'll just put that to the side. Put this up here so that I think that you can see it here. I was trying to set everything up here so it'd be best for you guys. And Michael this afternoon said that he wanted the camera closer, so I brought it closer down so that it's actually about a foot closer to the desk, so the autofocus works much better. So let's go over the instructions here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this with the headphones. I've got the 80s music just rocking and rolling here, which is pretty cool for working, but when you're talking to yourself in the room all by yourself with potentially people out there, it's kind of awkward. So we're done this page of instructions. I guess you can see this. We are done this page of instructions. Let's go over the pages so that you can get a view, since everything's set up so nicely now. Maybe I should just let's take this out. I don't need no stinking staple. I got a container of instructions that I keep. So here's the first page. We're done this page, and that's where we're done too. So we can put this off to the side. So I gotta go over the color of what Jason built this in first. And since it looks like it's raw weathered wood, we've got to paint it that way to start, even if I wanted to make it a white painted. Hopefully my mic was sounding good there. Might have been too low. I want to get this neutral color to start so that if I wanted to paint it white, you know, or something like that after, this would be the base color. So maybe we'll start with this grimy black color. And we'll make a wash out of it. And have that be the base color, and then we'll come back with a mushroom, or we'll add more beige, and we'll add some color to it. And maybe not. Let's start mucking with colors. Yellow ochre with medium gray. Okay, I'm going to go to the chat one more time before I get into this. Actually, we're going to empty this water because it is proving to be a stinky mess. Yuck. I gotta wash my hands. Be right back. Good evening, Toy Man. Hey, Dad, how you doing? I just had this water here that got some steel wool and vinegar in it at a certain point, and then was mixed with some acrylic paints, and it turned into a right stinky mess. No other way to put it. So we're gonna use our painting pad wherever we go. I guess we got more than one. Okay, so I gotta keep this sheet over here because it has the numbers of the sheet numbers or letters. O-N-O. Okay, so N4. And N1. Okay. Oh, my hand smells like that water. It's awful. There's so many things I could say. You know, sometimes that politically correct stuff. Come on. Some serious jokes that could be left out there. I don't think this is the right sheet. Oh. Oh, 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Good song. I actually have a way to share the songs that I'm playing through Spotify directly to viewers, so we can jam to the same tunes without copyright strikes. I'm listening to Blue Rodeo, a band from Canada. Hmm. The only problem with listening to tunes like this is that I'm going to start belting them out sooner or later. Okay, so. Oh. Oh, we got a cough coming. Woo! Just in time. So I guess you build these together so that they look like actual frame. Oh. As they come together, they become a 4x4, and then the middle piece is is just the cross bracing. I like this. This is smart. Okay, we've got a. N1. Oh, it's right here. That's how bad my eyes are. It's right in front of me. Right in front of me. So it's a pretty elaborate setup to get these together, but what they're representing is actually flawless framing, because you would have it's just set up. It's smart. I like it. Yeah, it's gonna be really hard for me to not howl to the moon. Doo, doo. Sorry. Okay, something's going on with this framing here. We obviously have a slot. It's going to be part of the construction. Okay. Whoa, what do we got going on here? We got a zippity. Ooh, we got a super chat. Hey, John Dilly. Thank you very much. Is that how you get me over to the chat? Oh, here we go. Okay, let me get the big chat up. Oh, why aren't you working? Huh. C'est la vie, it's working over here. No, I'm not drinking now. I was drinking this afternoon, and I'm one of those people, if I drank some and I got sober or had a nap, I can't drink again until I, have a few days of relaxing, even if it's a beer or two. Hey, Shadow Wolf, how you doing? John Dilly, thank you very much, sir. EJ and E Jeff, yeah, pub crawl. Yeah, that's a good statement there, Shadow. Um, the way that I keep things apart is boxes. Uh, I made a video once, and okay, so it at the start of Builders in Scale, when I was joining the Sierra West kits, the essentially wood series was going into the next series. The first video was about project trays, and I keep a project in a project tray, and it is just that project tray. See, like this kit, everything was sitting in this box right here. And I've got kits that are like that, that have little boxes that have the little doodads right down to the last detail and features and stuff like that. So project trays, you got to be faithful to keeping your projects together, and then you can get right back to it. Like I went to Ken's and I left this for a week. I think I built a whole kit in between. Totally forgot everything about it. But thank you for saying that, Sparky, or Shadow. So true. And project trays are important. Okay, so I got to get these plans closer to here because there's like, mostly kits come and they're like, you know exactly what you're doing. But these, I'm laminating parts that have carpet tape on the back of them like this. And in this one, I got to do the stairs. So we're going to put these to the side. We're going to paint them all at the same time. Might as well. Sorry for the head. Makes it easier to see where the tabs are to cut on the back, I guess. Okay, so G1. John Dilly has a YouTube channel. You should check it out. You know what's hard is trying to do a live stream where all you buggers are out there and doing a really good job on this side. Okay, it's on this sheet. I want to thank you for being here, though. It's a real treat. You want a little secret about Ken Patterson's? His the station model that I built for Sparky was like, it was more than a week, but Sparky always said a week, and it was like 10 days, and when we got there with the station, that's the first thing Sparky said to Ken, and Ken was like, "I gotta say it on the show that it's gonna be a week," and I'm like, "No, don't do that," because there's probably 3 other people who built that model for a little bit more time than that, and I didn't want to piss anybody off. So Ken said 2 weeks for me. These sticky parts are kind of tricky, but nice. That's easy. No glue. Huh. I think the key is to keep all moistures off of your parts until they're you're at a point where you can have them all glued together solidly. But putting them together with the tape works quick. There's 4 of them. Yeah, sorry for my head. I'm just trying to cut the tabs instead of the parts. But this is a nice kit. Like, there's nothing worse than getting a kit, laser cut kit that much of the parts are, oops, many of the parts are still, they're not cut all the way out, like there's a dirty laser or a misconfigured laser or something. It happens. And I'll make sure I got the right parts going with what. Huh. I don't know what to think. Three. The numbers just went screwy on me somehow. So they're matching pieces with the same number, I guess. Okay. Good tune. I might zone out here. For sure. You guys would be laughing your butts off if you knew what song it was. Take a guess. 80s. Oh yeah, this is good content. What do you think song this is? You only go out at night. Here, I can do this. Oh, maybe I can't. Oh well. Maneater by Daryl Hall and John Oates. I have to. I have to, Shadow. There was a day where I wasn't able to do that. I went to my buddies this afternoon in between streams, and let's just say I got a ride home. She's well, there's our glue. Now earlier I was using crazy glue to watch this. Done. Ah! And I scream like a girl, Shadow. Like a girl. So this morning, ding it, ding, ding, ding it. We glued together this little entrance area, and I used crazy glue for most of it because of the parts being so small and fiddly. There was no way to really uh, handle the object when it was going together to get it together right. And so that's why I use CA there. But for this larger piece, weld bond is almost just as quick. But in a small area like that, the glue is too wet. There's too much of it. It doesn't get spread out enough to yeah, weld bond is it does all the things that all the other glues do. Eileen's tacky glue. We're matching that feature right now. It's just useful for so many of them. But then again, the engineering of this kit is crazy. We got tab and slot. I don't know if you can see that camera that good, but it's a nice enough camera to do it. I'm gonna go double check our screen to make sure everything's good too. Almost Pink Floyd. Wish You Were Here. Lots of good songs on this Spotify list. I'm definitely from Canada. I've hunted the beaver. Wish you were beer. Yeah, I wish you were here, beer too. The only problem with this little bottle here is that it clogs up easy. I need a little tool keep around to oh yeah. Toothpicks work. I got them over here. The other thing is about glue is I don't do this out of being efficient on the glue or less time. It's less squeeze out. You don't have to put glue what happens is people put too much glue along the whole piece because they want to get glue on the whole piece. It's not. You don't have to get it on the whole thing. Like, get it consistently from top to bottom so there isn't a spot that falls off. Like, nobody wants that bottom of the leg to flip out. Ah! Ugh. It's killing me. My meat mitts are too much for this. Gotta use the tweezers. Still not fitting in. Sorry for the crappy camera views. This is definitely the type of building that needs a live camera person. Child labor of some sort I see in my future. Okay. The good thing about weld bond is it stays like tacky. Yeah. Okay, what does this say? Put this on there. Okay. We're going to paint these pieces together and we're going to build our deck framing and paint that along with them. I'll leave it over just enough so I can overlap that piece on the end. It's one of those spots where you can see the layers. It kills the magic. Okay. Teen pills and put your helmet on. Lots of parts on this, and this is replacing uh, all the scale wood that would come in an FSM kit. It's kind of neat to see. Uh-oh, there's a shadow.
Oh, hold on, he's right here.
Hello? Okay, I'll fix it. Yeah, no doubt. It's Renee. Where is this thing muted? You can't hear me? He can hear me. Everybody else can hear me here in the chat. Oh. Okay, maybe I turned it on when I left. Okay, thanks. I knew who that was. My water. This is kind of like the watch and glue dry show. But thing is I don't know. Some shows are like that, I guess. Oh, I love this song. Weezer just came out with a cover of it. Ooh, that's not for me. Sorry, guys. There we go. Okay. I still don't have deck boards. D1. Follows fills, check the project tray. You see, I got boxes of this stuff just because of like this piece right here that I could use in another project. Such a pack rat. My wife hates it. I think we're just gonna have to glue it all together, get it all together before we paint it because of all these two-sided tape parts. Kind of doesn't make me happy. Well, I'm not used to it, I guess. Totally not used to it, and I'm not good with change. Honest. I wonder if my whistling could trigger the copy strike. So, there's a chance that I'll be working on a kit that will be exclusive to patrons and uh, common view or like active viewers. This week I'm going to be doing all the measurements of the new house and shop, and give it a good dab from the back. They'll never see it. It's kind of like looking in electronics and you see that just horrendous huge blob of glue. Models are much the same. Where you're not looking, there's a huge globba. It's pulling away here, but if I just let it tack up and then push it in, it'll be okay. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no Teresa. It ain't me. And Shadow, about the old music, when we get back to Twitch this summer at the new studio, we'll be rocking that stuff. But no more on YouTube. They're just changing too much, too fast, and it's just going to be one of those things that goes. I hope everybody got their notification for this video out. I started trying something new. I'm hoping that it works. Instead of doing a countdown timer at the start of the stream, I'm just going to schedule the podcast a half hour before I start and see if that does it. Seems to work for another show that I watch. That's on the wrong side. Wrong side. Good time down on the bio. Whoa. Ah! Got my hand in the glue. There isn't a good place to put it. No matter where you put it, it'll find you. Okay, one. My neck starts to ache at around the hour point, and I imagine if I went back to the computer and checked, it would probably be about $1.10. Ah! I've been screaming a lot today. It's terrible. Kind of man am I. Went over to my buddy's house and I saw my first gender neutral today. I believe that everybody has their right and all that, and I'm very friendly and compassionate to people's needs, and it was hard to tell which. I think that's the point. I still don't know. Most of my weights are all too heavy for this. There we go. All weighted down. Did everything but the tops. I don't want to do the tops separate because it's a whole different treatment there, I believe. Let's check the chat. We got some chat going on here, guys. Rock and roll. Okay, so let's mix up this paint. Oh, it's a good song. Now that we got all these pieces together, we can get these parts out of the way. Start flinging paint. Go watch out for my leash. Oh. Okay. I'm me glue. Yeah. Okay. So the color I want to capture, it's not going to be easy. Ah, nasty. Perfect. Probably can't hear me because I'm putting the mic up so far. Brushing like this ruins brushes, but I buy these in packs of in Canada they're like 350 for like 5 or maybe $5 for something like that. In the States it's probably $1 or $2. Something so strong. Gotta be very light on these. These ones structured, easily bent and broken. Okay. Should let that dry till tomorrow. We'll probably start up tomorrow morning and paint over top of that. Another lighter version. With the Saints. Saying there's a much more fun. This is a part that'll fall off. And if it does it once, somebody's going to step on it. I think I'm going to put this right onto a diorama after we're done it. Like, might as well just take it all away. So, that's probably never going to happen. But it's a good rule of thumb. If it's a little fiddly bit like this, psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? I think it looks awesome with the door on the inside. It's a little crooked, but I think it's like one of those parts that, oh, I'm sure we'll all get it all mucked up. I like it. Okay, let's see what's happening over this chat, you rowdy bunch of hooligans. I'm sure I can do this. Oh, Oh, you're having problems, are you, big guy? Oh well, that camera's having problems. We're gonna give him the night off. Okay, my folks, so we're up to an hour now. I gotta get up here, see what everybody's saying in the chat, make sure we get all the questions out. I'm sorry I don't have my camera on. I've been having camera troubles. It was another camera earlier. And then he just pulled up. No, no, Wally, I'm not in the new studio. I'm in the old studio. Uh, we got a long road going. However, Wally, an update is we're almost done the custom cut. Ah, Shadow Wolf, it's just one small scene at a time. Forget about the layout. One small scene. Grab that kit and plop it on the layout and build 10 inches out in every direction. This is HO scale, Toy Man. Yeah, I actually, when Shadow Wolf called me, I walked to the kitchen and out of force of habit, I grabbed a beer out of the fridge and somehow on the way here, I lost it. Just to prove myself to be a liar. You know how things happen that way? You say something, then all of a sudden you just feel like doing the other way around. It's like my subconscious says, don't tell me what to do. Yeah, Shadow Wolf. Ron has a full layout in his basement, and it's quite extensive, man. It's it's a it's kind of built like a roundy, but you know, it's got enough loops and turns to make it feel like it's more than just around the outside of the room layout. It's really cool. You guys got a nice conversation going on here. Rock and roll. There's so much chat here I can't read it all off, but I'm loving it. Hey John Dilly, I want to thank you very much for that super chat. Everybody who's watching, click on John Dilly's name if you're not a subscriber to his channel and check him out. So, seeing as let's try this one more time. Yeah, she's bleeping out. You gonna come in for a second, babe? No, no. Ah, looks like it's coming. No, no, it's not working. Okay, guys, I want to thank you for watching. I'll probably be on tomorrow morning. Cheers to everybody. Thanks, John Dilly, again. And you guys all have a good night. Hey, look at that. Your money made it up on the board there. Cool. Talk to you later, friends.